NRM, the leading party, was a beneficiary of the biggest public financing that goes to political parties, getting about 90% of the funds, which from the 10 billion that was allocated and released, NRM got about 8 billion from that amount, and that clearly showed that NRM was advantaged to participate in these elections with a better resource envelope. But also when you look at the way NRM generates its resources from partly public financing, but also the monies it picks from the members who subscribe to the party, especially as MPs, you realize that NRM was able to internally generate resources that were used to finance most of its candidates across the field. No wonder you see that NRM as a party fielded many candidates across all positions. And when you do that, it means that in terms of political competition, because you are better resourced, you can compete on all fronts, right from the MP level up to the lowest level of representation. Political parties struggled in this situation because for them, they could not generate resources to support their candidates to contest across all the political positions. At some point, NUP, even after having a fundraising drive, a number of their party flag bearers failed to go through the stage of nomination because they could not realize or mobilize the nomination fees. So you realize that there were places where you didn't have NUP candidates contesting on such positions. Political party funding is very important in equalizing conditions for political parties to participate in a multi-party dispensation. The law currently provides for financing political parties using public resources, but that law gives two options. One, the option of numerical strength in relation to the day-to-day running of political parties, which has usually been the case, or the provision applied by the Electoral Commission. But when it comes to financing political parties during campaigns, there is a provision that provides for equal financing of political parties, all those that are participating in elections during campaigns, and that one, Electoral Commission has consistently ignored enforcing that provision. As we speak now, even when money was released to finance political parties, way into the elections, I think it was 3 or 4 days to election day to political parties for campaign financing, it was again subjected to the rule of numerical strength, again favoring NRM. So you see that the current financing architecture, the way it is, it continues to make opposition parties weaker and continues to favor the incumbent party because of the way it is structured, and that already gives advantage to the incumbent party NRM over any other parties in contesting, and you can significantly see usually the electoral results or the electoral outcomes speak to the way political parties are financed. No wonder, even as we speak now, the most resourced party, which is NRM, had most candidates coming through in parliament at LC5, including the special interest groups. One of the key observations in the current financing of political parties is the opaqueness that surrounds how political parties are financed. Because that is a challenge, you realize that most political parties struggle to even account to the public on how they use the resources, because also the sources of their financing until now remains shrouded in opaqueness. It's not known, or if it is known to the internal quotas. Political candidates have found it as an easier shortcut to get elected or re-elected into positions of power, because they do not have better policies, alternative policies, or they do not have a better message to put across, and they are interfacing with an electorate that has lost trust in it, an electorate that no longer pays much attention to the expectations of the office that comes with being a leader, and an electorate that is also poor, an electorate that is now majorly living in the now, or what I would call taking care of the immediate concerns and immediate needs. You find that the behavior of the electorate and the behavior of the vote of the political candidates precipitates voter bribery to thrive. The electorate, when they interface with the political candidates, the first thing that will appeal to them will be, what can you give us? How much can you give us? What can you give us in the intervening period? We do not want to listen to your manifesto. After all, we are giving you an opportunity to go to parliament or to be voted into any position of leadership to eat. So that kind of thinking means that the candidate doesn't have to labor so much to explain what he's supposed to do or what he's going to do in terms of service delivery.